have Ms. Mansi Mahansaria, CEO and founder of Just Delivery with us. Welcome, Mansi.
Thank you. Thanks, Ambika.
So, Mansi, we'll start with the interview. So, what inspired you to start Just Deliveries and how did you identify the need for the tech-enabled logistics solution in F&B and perishable goods products?
So actually, I was dropping my son to school one day, and I saw outside one of my favorite restaurants a tempo unloading crates of food. And I was really sad to see that the tempo was very dirty, that the delivery boy who was unloading crates of food, he was very shabbily dressed. There were no gloves, there was no temperature control. They were using ice. And that's when I realized that the back end supply chain, when you're delivering to a restaurant or to a retail outlet, that is invisible to the customer, right? The
Right.
customer does not see what's going behind the scenes. So a lot
Hmm.
of this whole sector is very unorganized. Today there are no organized logistics transport people who are helping the food and beverage industry to organize their back end supply chain. If you see the front end, like Swiggy, Zomato, VFast, Borzo, all this is organizing the home delivery aspect, but the back end is still very unorganized and very unhygienic. It's full of unorganized, like tempos, transporters, or people are having to use their own vans, and it's a huge headache. So that's what inspired me to start looking at the B2B supply chain and start organizing and bringing some hygiene, some standards, some temperature control in this.
So, my next question is actually a little bit related to this. So, how do you think a traditional food supply or logistics solution is different and from your logistics solution? So, currently, what Just Deliveries is doing is totally different from the traditional solution. So, how
Sure.
it is basically differ?
Sure. So if you could just give me sharing access also, I will share with you my screen. But
Sure.
meanwhile, see, the traditional transporters, they could be either people who own one or two vans or people who own, say, 30, 40 vehicles in a city. Now they have a dedicated model, right? So they will tell a customer कि आप मेरा गाड़ी ले लो for 3,000 kilometers, 5,000 kilometers, all 30 days. Now customers may have part-time requirements. A lot of these food brands who have, say, 2, 3, 4, 5, 10 outlets, they need logistics only early morning, right? So they will, suppose we're delivering for Subco Coffee, or we're working with a lot of such restaurant chains. They need deliveries by 9 a.m., 10 a.m. before the outlet opens.
Right.
We have created a shared van model where we are allowing clients to pay just as per their usage. They can pay us for
Okay.
few hours a day. They can pay us for a small load in the vehicle itself, like part load logistics. So one is that. Secondly is we are organizing it by building complete traceability. Just like on
Okay.
an Uber Ola app, you can see where your car is, when how much time it is reaching. Even on our platform, you can track the van, you can track the live temperature. Now, a lot of unorganized transporters also have temperature trackers, but that data is fungible. You can download the report and you can change it. So we have built our tech on AWS, which builds complete integrity, data integrity. We also cannot change that data. And it's live data sharing with customers. So basically, the two key differentiators is that JD's created a shared van model, which allows brands to pay as per usage, and we have built complete transparency and accountability in logistics through our tech.
So just one question that has come from my mind is like, so for example, so the area where there's a restaurant, there's a coffee house, maybe the areas that are there, they are in a one sector or a block or a market. So did you give this facility also, like one or two more brands have like collaborated with you? Did you give them a separate space? Like one van is traveling, that van has multiple products. Like of say
Yes.
for example, to name a Domino's or a coffee house or something. So they have this product in your van same time. Is it that?
Correct. So you're absolutely right. So Just Deliveries has three main segments. One is
Okay.
we work with QSRs, ice cream chains, cafe chains, restaurant chains, cloud kitchens. At this time, we do not carry any other product in the van. So for
Okay.
instance, if I'm delivering for Naturals ice cream, at that time, my van is only being used for Naturals ice creams.
Okay.
Then
Okay.
we also have a retail distribution vertical where we are delivering daily about 500 orders, say to every Star Bazaar, Reliance, Nature's Basket. Now, when we are delivering to Nature's Basket, at the same time, my van is carrying bread, it's carrying paneer, cheese,
Hmm.
ice cream, because we are packaging the ice cream with dry ice. So
Hmm.
we are carrying variety of fresh and frozen items
Hmm.
at the same time. This is
Hmm.
possible in the retail distribution vertical.
Hmm. Hmm.
And our
Hmm.
third vertical is the third party logistics, where we are offering even cold storage, warehousing, and logistics. So today
Hmm.
we have a presence in 6 cities, which is
Hmm.
Mumbai, Pune, Bangalore, Hyderabad, Chennai, and Delhi NCR. In
Hmm.
each of these cities, we have multiple cold storages and warehouses, and it's a plug and play model. So
Okay.
for instance, when Go Zero ice cream brand, when we started Bangalore, they could start their Bangalore operations with us.
Okay.
Similarly, Happy Hens, which is a Bangalore egg brand, they started using us in Mumbai, and once we started Delhi, they started delivering in Delhi. So there is no brands don't have to invest in their own infrastructure. They don't have to buy
Right.
warehouses or rent warehouses, or they don't even have to hire operations teams. They can start within 2 days in the cities where JD operates, because our complete infrastructure is built and we have no minimum guarantee. So a brand can take as less as one pallet or two pallet of cold storage to get started.
Okay. As I can see, you have a very strong tech background, like the operations, the whole things that Just Delivery is doing has a best tech enabled, I think. So I wanted to know what is your background in terms of like education, or say like you have done in past, you have any corporate industry. So wanted to know your story.
Sure. So I've been in Mumbai for most part of my life. I did my chemical engineering from UD City, which is now ICT in Matunga, and then I did my MBA from FMS in Delhi. I was very
Okay.
fortunate to get to work with IDFC, which is an
Okay.
infrastructure financing company, and I was part of their private equity division for 4 years, where we were investing in infrastructure. And
Okay.
there, a lot of my thought formation that infrastructure in India is really lacking, and any improvements there can yield big productivity and economic growth for the country. I also worked with the Tata Group for 3 years, again investing in tech related businesses for the group or in new business initiatives. So yes, I've had the good fortune
Yes.
to work with amazing corporates, and I set up Just Deliveries then to organize this problem area that we've seen.
Perfect. So, Mansi, you were showing us like if in case I am a brand, so how I can like basically function or get the services of Just Deliveries. If
Yes,
you can
yes,
help the
sure.
viewers with
I'll
that.
just the problem is acute. If you can see that the whole uh, supply chain is a broken experience. Brands are
Right.
owning their vans or even using taxis and all to deliver food products, which is not only illegal, it's very unhygienic. you know these
Mm.
are our three sectors that I said, where we work with central kitchen to outlets, retail distribution, and we also have a gift and hamper delivery. Now what we are
Okay.
building is a plug and play perishable logistics platform, which is enabling brands to quickly grow. So brands who are now getting very ambitious, right, within a city also, they want to open multiple outlets because of Swiggy, Zomato, and once they have a successful model, they want to expand to new cities quickly. So we can, because of our infrastructure in these cities, brands can quickly expand into new cities. And our business model is we aggregate supply. So we have long-term contracts with cold storages, warehouses, and vehicles, and
Okay.
we aggregate demand. So we are enabling actually the small and mid-size F&B brands to really get an organized supply chain partner, organized
Mm.
supply chain service without investing in their own vans or having to use full-day vehicles from the unorganized sector.
Okay.
What we bring is our technology, our processes, very strong processes. Cold chain is one of the most complicated logistics things, temperature maintenance, supply chain. So we have got, as a team together today, we have over 50 years of experience in the supply chain and cold chain industry. I was talking to you about our tech. So on the bottom left is how clients can track their vans. They can see the speed. They can also see the distance travel, the live temperature. On the top left is how we monitor that every time the door opens of a van, the temperature increases. But after that, the van temperature should fall again. It is
Right.
very common problem that drivers and transporters, they switch off the refrigerated unit to save diesel. So
Okay.
because of this live tracking and the presence of a control tower, who's constantly monitoring movements, we are able to assure clients that their products are being delivered at the right temperature throughout the supply chain. It is for this reason that today most of our clients, most of the ice cream brands are using Just Deliveries. Ice cream
Okay.
is by far the most complicated product to deliver.
Right. That's perfect. So Mansi, so if we talk about your partners, or what is the team size that you are handling in terms of like somebody will be focused on logistics, somebody will be like on the tech operations. So what is the team size of the whole company, and who are your partners or the like backbone of the company? Like for a successful entrepreneur, there should be a backbone, right? Who are actually constantly helping you out to make you as a brand. So who are the, if you can just explain about that.
Yes. So today, the growth in Just Deliveries, we've recorded a very impressive growth in the last 2 years, is mainly due to two reasons. One is we've got funded by excellent VC funds who see the opportunity in this space. And because we were funded, we were able to move from a one owner, single bootstrapped company to a company which could hire the best of talent. The
That's
second
nice.
reason of our growth is our team. So my team consists of, we are 6 or 7 people who are driving this growth. Every city we enter, we hire a city head. So we have
Okay.
Avtar Singh in Delhi, who comes with 20 years of F&B experience. We have Tabish, who's heading our South region and who's just launched Hyderabad and Chennai for us. We have Pradeep, who is from a very strong 3PL, and he's heading our complete operations. And we have Jimmy, Shekhar, and Vijay, also part of the Mumbai team, who are leading our finance and our sales growth.
That's perfect. So, as you were talking about Mansi, the brands who have a successful model, who are established, who are doing who are in the market from last 20, 25 years. So, there is a time how they do the business, right? If you can see, there is a rise of D2C brands, many of the cloud kitchens, or many of the brands are coming. New, they do not have a successful model, and they need new type of deliveries, new type of vendors. So how do you think brand who has been established and the new brand? So how your working is different from both of them?
Correct. So there are a lot of brands who have been operational, like you correctly said, for many years. Some of them have their own vehicles, have developed their own vendors, and some are using unorganized transporters. So I'll give you an example of Naturals Ice Cream. Naturals Ice Cream is more than 50 years old, and it took us a lot of time to win the contract, but they gave us a small first scope of work, and then they saw the data we were sharing with them, that in the peak summer months we were able to maintain their ice cream at minus 18 during even traveling from Mumbai to Surat. And the live data sharing and the live monitoring was done. As a result, they have given us today even work in Mumbai and further work to deliver their ice creams in other cities. Similarly, if we talk about small emerging brands, today F&B is such a complex operation. For any F&B entrepreneur, there are so many decisions, so many moving parts he has to take care of. Then to add on that logistics hassle, कि गाड़ी नहीं पहुंचा, गाड़ी break down हो गया, driver का fuel चोरी, so it's a very complicated operation. So most emerging brands are very happy that there is a service who is able to take care of this headache, at least for us.
Right,
There is so much false van repair bills. There are no backup vehicles possible with the unorganized sector.
right,
So our model is working very well with emerging brands who are especially finding our shared van model, where they can just pay for a few hours and get the full reliability possible. And we are also seeing success with large brands, established brands who are now seeing the efficiency, the live temperature tracking, that कल के दिन कोई कहीं पे भी issue हुआ, they can trace it back to see that was logistics the issue, where in the supply chain was the disconnect found.
Okay. So, wanted to know what are the problems that like initially arise when you were forming Just Deliveries? Because obviously it should be a like whole tug of war kind of situation. Okay, when you start a business, it does not like fall, things does not fall as you like
Correct.
expected. So, like, what were the initial challenges that you faced while you started the business?
So initial days, our challenges were that drivers would not turn up.
Okay.
Then we shifted to an asset-light model where we stopped owning vans and we started renting vans from the unorganized sector. So
Okay.
now for us to establish our SLAs, to get that tempo wala, to make sure that he's coming on time, this took a lot of process, a lot of education, development, making sure that they are comfortable through timely payments. So this is how we managed to get the vendors to start sticking to our SLAs. Even now, our whole mentality of the organization is continuous improvements. So I'll give you a simple example. We were sharing live tracking with our customers, okay? But we realized that nobody's really bothering to go and check, because they have so much other work. And as long
Correct.
as products are being delivered, they don't care ki kya hua. So now we have started live tracking all the vehicles by establishing a control tower. So the whole attitude of the organization is continuous improvements. We are very focused that we are in the F&B space. We are organizing the back end logistics, and every day we are making small improvements like the Kaizen methodology.
Okay. So Mansi, can you name few of the brands, like the big brands that you are working, or any startup? Also, some of the startups, the new entrepreneurs that Just Deliveries has helped to build.
Sure, sure. So these are some of our brands that we are working with, so right from like Josh, K-Cop, Nino Burgers, Tibbs Frankie today has 56 outlets in Mumbai, Blue Tokai, Eggos, Biggie's Burger. So across the country, we are working with small and big brands. We are basically enabling them faster access to market. We are reducing their food wastage by reducing damage due to temperature and late deliveries.
Right.
Using our shared van model, we are actually enabling a 23% reduction in logistics spends for the smaller brands. And just because there's fresh material available on the shelves every single day, we are seeing that sales are increasing for brands. One of the case studies that I can talk about is Hokko Ice Cream. So Hokko Ice Cream is an Ahmedabad-based brand, and now quick commerce is become a huge medium for sales for a lot of brands. So when they wanted to sell their ice cream on Zepto and Instamart and Blinkit in Mumbai, that's when they got in touch with us, and we helped in setting up their cold storage facility, in doing the inventory management, which is whenever a PO comes from Instamart, we have to do the first in, first out. We have to repackage the products and we have to deliver it to the DC of Instamart and get the challan and upload it on a live basis. So this is a
Oh,
classic example where we are helping many brands to reach quick commerce DCs. And these are very appointment-based deliveries. They are very regulated on temperature checks and on hygiene.
so any future plans? What is like Just Deliveries future plan for like 1 or 2 years? How you like, as you said, you are doing continuous improvement. Each and every day, you are doing a small improvement in your services. What is like 5 years plan down the line? What is Just Deliveries going to be?
So today we are present in 6 cities. This year we aim to go deep in these cities and really start working with, at least get like a 20-30% market share in these cities over the next 2-3 years. And our 5-year plan is to replicate our model in at least the 30 top cities in India, because the growth is even strong. The growth rates are very
Right.
strong even in tier 2, tier 3 cities. And
Right.
all the brands are now even wanting to be present in these cities.
Tier 2 cities, even Zomato, Swiggy, and everything, like they are now present in tier 2 and tier 3 cities. So people
Yes.
are actually facing good. things, and we are waiting to have just deliveries in Delhi as soon as possible.
Oh, we are already in Delhi. We are
You are
in
in
Delhi
Delhi?
NCR.
Okay,
Yes,
okay.
absolutely going very strong there.
That's a good thing. To wrap up this interview, Mansi, I would like to know, as a female entrepreneur, what is your advice as you are a homemaker as well? So what is your advice to the budding female entrepreneur, and how do you think like they should start their business journey if they have not done right now?
So I think to all female entrepreneurs, I would say that, India is such a huge country. Today, we live in metros. We are very lucky. We don't face the challenges and the biases that women in maybe tier two, tier three cities face. We are
Right,
free to follow our dreams and we have the freedom of choice,
right,
So if you're in one of these fortunate places like me, I would say that go follow your dream. Do not be scared of failure, because unless you fail you will not succeed, and a lot of the whole ecosystem is now very supportive of women entrepreneurs.
right,
There is this whole world out there. I remember going to clients, and they telling me, they being amazed that, oh, you're in logistics, how do you manage truckers? And just because you are here trying to make a difference, I'm going to give you this contract. Even investors, the whole biases are changing. I would say majority of the investors now do not distinguish between a male and a female
right. Yeah,
entrepreneur. So the whole ecosystem is evolving very quickly. And just go out there, follow your dreams, find a mentor. I think finding
that's very
mentors
important.
is very important. So find a mentor for sure.
So I think like what I have seen in the various like the business entrepreneurs or the female entrepreneurs that I have interacted with, many of them has converted an unorganized sector to an organized one. So as a female, we are always trying to organize things, and that has actually created difference in the business scenario. And we are happy to have you today in our spotlight interview, and we look forward to have you and have the future interactions with you as well, Mansi.
Thank you so much, Ambika. It was a real pleasure. Thank you so much for having me here.
Thank you so much, Mansi.